Alright, happy Friday guys. Hope you have some good plans, because if your plans are looking at crypto tonight, you're probably not going to have a good time. But no, I want to talk about where I think enthusiasm is going to come back into the market, where I think people are going to get interested again. So I think the excitement is directly correlated with the volume in the market as well. You know, as the volume goes down, the price has been going down, but so has the enthusiasm. Obviously, price is correlated very heavily with interest in the market. But yeah, no, I already filmed most of the video. I'm just filming the intro now. And basically all I talk about for most of the video is when I think it's going to come back. I read an article first, and there's like another thing I talk about, but mainly most of the video is going to be about when I think excitement's going to come back, what needs to happen, because I think there will be a point. But I don't even think we're neutral right now. I think, obviously, as far as interest in the market, I think most people just don't want to hear about it. But yes, I'll just play the clip. Mainly though, it's going to be about when I think it'll come back and when I think interest will come back. As far as how, I think that's a really good question. And I think it's actually going to be very correlated. You know, I think mainly the biggest thing that could cause the biggest increase in crypto period is probably, and I've heard this said actually a lot by a lot of people, is probably the collapse of traditional financial markets, which honestly could be happening soon. Really quickly, CDOs were essentially one of the biggest causes of the 2008 financial crash, or economic collapse. And bespoke tranche opportunities essentially are the exact same thing. I think they started back up in like 2015, and essentially the same thing that led to the 2008 crash is being done right now by the institutions. So I really do think it's only a matter of time. Maybe I'll make that a separate video because there's a lot of information there. But I think there's a lot of reasons why crypto would be seen as like a kind of a safe space, or at least why I think crypto could flourish because of that. So I want to take a look at this article really quickly, written by Cale Guthrie-Weissman on fastcompany.com. Cryptocurrency flail, Litecoin price continues to slump. So Litecoin did hit a 7-month low today, dipping to 85 US dollars, lowest that it's been since December. In a matter of days, the price jumped from a little less than 100 to 340, and that's why people got very excited in December, including myself. 340 actually. It went over to 370 on Bitfinex and over 400 on Coinbase. But the article says 340. And then this sentence is kind of thrown in there in bold. It's the only sentence in bold. And I'm kind of confused how it relates to anything. It says, earlier this year, reports surfaced that criminals preferred using Litecoin to Bitcoin. So I don't know if that was a jab at Litecoin, saying criminals use it. But criminals have used every currency that's ever existed because they're human beings and humans have to use currency. So I really don't understand. I guess the only thing I can think of is it has to be some sort of jab at Litecoin, maybe, saying that Litecoin is used by criminals. But then the article just ends, other cryptocurrencies are also seeing some troubles, and that is without a doubt true. If we look at the cryptocurrency market cap, it's not just other coins, but literally every single cryptocurrency besides Tether. I know Feathercoin is up, also Game.com, Funfair as well. But basically, yeah, the entire market is down. And if we take a look on the yearly, we had that first dip in early February where we bottomed out around like 330 billion US dollars. And then at the beginning of April, we bottomed at about 260, 250-ish. And currently right now we're testing that bottom. So I wouldn't be surprised if we went below that. We're basically almost on that right now. Basically, yeah, we're basically kind of testing that again for the second time in the past 2 weeks. So I guess the big thing that I guess we're all waiting for, you know, the only major thing we haven't broken just yet, the only thing I think that's kept us kind of afloat, at least in regards to Bitcoin, is the fact that we still haven't broken that first low back in the beginning of February. We did with Litecoin. The low for Litecoin was like 106, and we did break that. We're like over $20 less than that right now. But Bitcoin itself is still above that low, which is essentially 6,000. It bounced really quickly off 6,000. We don't have near this volume that we do now, not identical at all. RSI is pretty similar. We're at the bottom. We've been at the bottom, but in terms of volume, just not there. And if I zoom in, we're at 6,152, so we're about, you know, only $150 away from that bottom. So that's really what to watch out for. We did get close a few days ago on June 13th, so about almost 2 weeks ago. But still, we are still holding here. I'm not sure if this will still be the case when I upload the video. Things seem to be moving kind of fast in a downward direction, particularly this morning, and then also about 2 weeks ago on the 10th. So really the name of the game, unfortunately, like I said, I don't like it that Bitcoin is really the thing that we have to watch right now. I don't think anybody likes that. For right now, especially in a downturn, especially in this bear trend that we've been in for so long, this correction, we have to watch Bitcoin, as much as I don't like it. And I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. If I'm being totally honest, at least for the short term, we're probably going to go down more, just because there is no volume, and there hasn't been for a few months now. And I know sentiment wasn't like amazing back in April and May, but particularly now, sentiment is the worst that it's been by far since I've been in cryptocurrency, which was back in like June, July, so about exactly a year ago. I think I got into cryptocurrency about June of 2017, or at least that's when I first started buying cryptocurrency. It was back in June of 2017. So sentiment from everything that I've been paying attention to is by far the worst, and it has to do with the fact that a lot of people, including myself, I picked up some Litecoin at bad prices as well, compared to now at least. But sentiment, I think, is really bad because we had so much excitement and had so many new people come in. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people actually bought in their first chunks of cryptocurrency back in December and back at the end of November. In fact, I know a lot of people who did buy their only cryptocurrency holdings during that time. So particularly, sentiment is worse because not only are they not like even on their investments, meaning they didn't make any money, they're actually down a lot. And so unfortunately, I guess the scenario we're stuck in right now is that before we are able to get exuberance back in the market, naturally, people aren't going to be excited if they are still down. So really, a lot of excitement, I really think it depends on pretty much breaking 11,000 US dollars in Bitcoin. I think that's when excitement will come back, because that also does correlate with 500 billion, which is a huge barrier that we have not been able to break since we didn't even really touch it since the middle of February. And I think that's really like a huge threshold that needs to be broken before any excitement, before at least I feel like some legitimate excitement can come back to the market. And that's what I was saying back here. I thought, we're doing pretty good. When we were on this run up, I thought it was going pretty well, but I wasn't going to get really excited until we broke 500. And how close did we get? We got pretty close, so 470, but we did not quite make that. And yeah, unfortunately, for people to really get excited, I really do think people need to be at least close to breaking even on some of their investments. And so yeah, we just have to watch and see if Bitcoin's going to test this. The thing is, even if we do test it and we are able to bounce off of it, I think it can only do that for so long right now, at least in the short term, before we go lower, just because there's really no volume. So even if we would bounce off of it like we did back on the 10th or the 13th, there's nothing stopping it from doing what just happened this morning, going from 67 to pretty much almost 6,000. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm a little strapped for material, not totally sure what to talk about specifically these past few weeks. I have been busy, but I've also just been unsure of what to really make videos about. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. Maybe if you want to just see videos talking about technology of other coins or something, I think it's cool. I think that's fun to do that, because I like learning about coins in the process as well. As far as price, it's not super fun to talk about, and there's not really that much to talk about. So I'm kind of struggling to find what I should even be talking about. But yeah, but with that being said, yeah, feel free to like and subscribe to the video.